The Stoics taught us to observe life with clarity and wisdom, understanding the subtle signs that often reveal deeper truths. When it comes to relationships, women who are genuinely interested in you don't always announce their feelings outright. Instead, they leave clues, small actions, gestures, and behaviors that speak louder than words. If you've ever wondered whether a woman likes you more than she lets on, this video is for you. Stay until the end, and you'll discover the key signs that a woman is deeply interested in you but might not be saying outright. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your own stories in the comments below. Chapter 1. She finds excuses to touch you. Physical touch is one of the most intimate and subtle ways a person can express interest, especially when it's done in a way that feels natural and unforced. If she brushes against you while walking past, playfully taps your arm during a conversation, or adjusts your collar under the guise of fixing it, these are not random or meaningless actions. These small, seemingly unintentional touches are deliberate attempts to create a closer connection and test the waters of physical intimacy. Touch is a powerful psychological signal that goes beyond words. It has the ability to break down barriers, build trust, and foster a sense of closeness that words alone cannot achieve. When she's finding excuses to touch you, she's sending a clear message. She feels at ease in your presence and wants to bridge the physical distance between you. Each touch, no matter how fleeting, is her way of building intimacy and testing how you respond to her closeness. It's important to note that these gestures often carry more meaning than they appear to on the surface. A playful nudge might seem light-hearted, but it's also a way of saying, "I feel safe and connected to you." A gentle touch on your hand or shoulder during a conversation can signal warmth and affection, even if she doesn't express it verbally. Physical touch bypasses the rational mind and speaks directly to emotions, creating a bond that is felt rather than spoken. The Stoics placed great value on intentionality in all actions, believing that every move should have a purpose. Similarly, her touches are rarely accidental. They are intentional expressions of her interest and attraction, even if she's not consciously aware of the deeper motivations behind them. She might not come out and say she likes you outright, but her physical gestures are her way of communicating feelings that words might struggle to convey. Think about the subtle nuances of touch. A brief but intentional graze of your hand, an extended moment of brushing against your arm, or even the playful fixing of a stray hair are all ways she might choose to express her growing connection to you. These moments are small but significant. They reveal her comfort with you and her desire to create a sense of shared intimacy. When a woman repeatedly finds excuses to touch you, it's a sign that she's drawn to you on both a physical and emotional level. She's showing you that she values your presence, feels a sense of ease around you, and is open to exploring a deeper connection. Pay attention to these cues. They're often more honest and revealing than words. Physical touch is one of the oldest and most universal forms of communication. It transcends language and speaks to the very core of human connection. When she touches you, whether it's a playful tap, a lingering hand, or a casual adjustment of your tie, she's expressing her interest in a way that feels natural and authentic. These gestures might seem small, but they carry the weight of her emotions and the promise of a growing bond. Chapter 2. She makes time for you. Time is one of the most valuable resources a person can offer, and in today's fast-paced world, it has become a true measure of what and who matters. If she's consistently prioritizing you, it's a clear sign that you hold a special place in her life. Rearranging her schedule to accommodate plans with you, being readily available when you reach out, or even taking a few minutes out of her busy day to check in on how you're doing are all subtle but meaningful indications of her investment in the connection you share. When a woman makes time for you, she's sending a clear and intentional message: you matter to her. This gesture becomes even more significant when you consider how easily people can get consumed by their work, hobbies, social commitments, or even the constant distractions of technology. Her decision to dedicate her free time to you is not just happenstance, it's a deliberate choice. She's showing you that spending time together isn't just something she's willing to do, it's something she actively wants and looks forward to, regardless of how demanding her life might be. The effort she puts into being present, whether it's for major life events or seemingly minor moments, speaks volumes about how she values your presence in her life. If she's shifting priorities or adjusting her day for you, it's not merely an act of convenience, it's a genuine display of her commitment to making the relationship thrive. Actions like these often carry more weight than words. Even the simple act of showing up consistently, no matter how busy life gets, reflects the depth of her interest and her authentic desire to nurture the connection you share. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be." V1. His wisdom reminds us that time is finite and must be used with purpose. Similarly, when she invests her time in you, it's because she sees your value and believes the relationship is worth her energy and attention. Her actions reveal her desire to deepen the bond between you, to build trust, and to strengthen your emotional connection. This commitment becomes a cornerstone for building something meaningful together. The significance of this effort becomes even more apparent when you reflect on how easy it is to take time for granted. In a world where distractions are endless and schedules are perpetually packed, her willingness to make you a part of her life highlights the importance you hold for her. It's not just about carving out a moment here and there, it's about choosing you over other options, again and again, with unwavering intention. This level of dedication, consistency, and focus is rare and deeply meaningful. When she makes time for you, it also signifies that she views you as someone who brings value, comfort, and positivity into her life. Whether it's planning a date night, engaging in meaningful conversations, or simply sitting together in comfortable silence, she's showing you that your presence is something she cherishes. This is her way of saying that you're not just a part of her life, you're an important and prioritized part of it. It's also worth noting that this effort often involves sacrifices on her part. Perhaps she's choosing to spend time with you over attending social events, pursuing hobbies, or even resting after a long day. Each of these choices demonstrates her belief that the relationship you're building is worth her time and energy. These actions, though they may seem small at first, represent her commitment to fostering a deeper and more meaningful connection with you. When a woman makes time for you, she's doing more than just sharing her schedule, she's sharing herself. Every moment she sets aside for you is a gift, a reminder that your presence brings joy and fulfillment to her life. It's a testament to how much she values the bond you share and her belief in its potential to grow into something even stronger. Recognize and appreciate this, because it's one of the most authentic and heartfelt ways she can express how much you mean to her. Whether it's a quiet evening together, a quick text to check in, or a full day planned around activities you both enjoy, her actions demonstrate a level of care and respect that should never be overlooked. These moments of togetherness may seem ordinary, but they're infused with intention and meaning. They show that she values not just the time spent, but the person she's spending it with, you. For Chapter 3, she laughs at your jokes. Humor is a cornerstone of emotional connection, and laughter is one of the simplest and most genuine ways to show affection. If she finds your jokes funny, even the ones you know aren't exactly top tier, it's not necessarily about the joke itself. It's about you. Her laughter is a way of saying she enjoys your company, values your presence, and wants to encourage you to keep sharing more of yourself with her. This kind of encouragement is a subtle but powerful sign of emotional connection and mutual interest. Her laughter often goes beyond just finding something amusing, it's about the happiness and comfort she feels when she's with you. Whether it's a clever observation, a witty remark, or even a goofy pun, her laughter signals that she's emotionally engaged and at ease in your presence. She's not just laughing at what you say, she's responding to how you make her feel. That feeling of ease and joy is a cornerstone of attraction. When a woman laughs at your jokes, especially the less than perfect ones, she's showing that she enjoys who you are, not just what you say. Laughter also serves as a bridge between two people, breaking down barriers and fostering connection. It creates shared moments that linger long after the conversation ends, forming a foundation for deeper emotional intimacy. The Stoics remind us to find joy in simple, everyday experiences, and her laughter embodies that principle beautifully. It's not about you being the world's greatest comedian, it's about her genuinely enjoying the energy and connection you bring to her life. When you make her laugh, you're doing more than entertaining her. You're creating a safe space where she feels free to express her happiness and let her guard down. Laughter, in this context, becomes a form of vulnerability, a way for her to show that she's comfortable enough to share her unfiltered emotions with you. That kind of openness is rare and deeply meaningful. Her laughter also reflects admiration. It's not just about finding humor, it's about appreciating the effort you put into engaging her. Even when your jokes fall flat, her willingness to laugh is a sign of her affection. It's her way of telling you, I like being around you, and I want you to keep being yourself. That kind of validation is incredibly empowering and strengthens the connection you share. Beyond the surface, laughter is a subtle yet profound form of communication. It conveys feelings that words often can't: joy, comfort, and a sense of belonging. When she laughs at your jokes, she's building a narrative of happiness and connection between you. Those shared moments of humor become touchpoints that deepen your bond over time. The Stoics taught us to cherish the small, meaningful joys of life, and her laughter is a perfect example. It's not about the perfection of the joke, but the shared happiness it creates. She's telling you, through her laughter, that your presence adds value to her life. It's a reflection of the positive energy you bring and the way you make her feel seen and appreciated. When a woman laughs at your jokes, it's about far more than humor. It's a window into how she feels about you. She's showing that she appreciates your personality, admires your effort to connect, and feels safe enough to let her guard down. Her laughter isn't just a response to your words, it's a reflection of how much she enjoys being with you, and that's something truly special. So, don't worry if your punchlines aren't perfect. What truly matters is the connection and joy you're creating together. Chapter 4, she initiates the conversation. One of the most unmistakable signs that a woman is interested in you is her consistent effort to start conversations. Whether it's sending a thoughtful text, making a quick phone call, or dropping a casual comment to spark a discussion, her initiative reveals a deep desire to connect. These moments of communication aren't accidental. They're deliberate acts meant to bring you closer together. When she initiates contact, it's because you're occupying her thoughts. She's curious about how you're doing, eager to share parts of her own life, and motivated to create opportunities for interaction. This is her way of ensuring that the relationship stays vibrant and doesn't lose momentum. It's not just about chatting, it's about nurturing a bond she values deeply. Think about the effort she puts into these conversations. It's not just about saying hi or asking generic questions. She's likely trying to engage you in meaningful dialogue, focusing on topics she knows you're passionate about or sharing personal details that invite you to open up as well. This level of intentionality speaks volumes about her interest. Her initiative also demonstrates her emotional investment. Starting conversations can be a vulnerable act. It shows that she cares enough to make the first move and risk rejection or indifference. Each time she reaches out, she's subtly saying, "You matter to me, and I want to hear from you." From a Stoic perspective, this behavior aligns with the philosophy of cultivating meaningful relationships through active effort and engagement. Epictetus wisely noted, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Her willingness to initiate and sustain conversations reflects her respect for this principle. She's not just talking to fill the silence, she's fostering an exchange of thoughts, feelings, and ideas that can deepen your connection. Her consistency in reaching out also highlights her desire to make you a priority. Life is often busy and chaotic, yet she chooses to carve out moments to connect with you. This choice is deliberate and meaningful. It shows that she values the time you share and sees you as someone worth making an effort for. Consider the topics she brings up during these conversations. They're often tailored to you, your interests, your experiences, and your shared moments. She's not just trying to make small talk, she's trying to build a bridge between your worlds. If she asks thoughtful questions or remembers details from past discussions, it's because she's genuinely invested in getting to know you better. Sometimes, her initiation might come in subtle forms, like sending a funny meme, tagging you in a post, or sharing a song she thinks you'll like. These small gestures are her way of staying connected, even when she doesn't have time for a full conversation. They're like little notes that say, "I'm thinking of you." Her behavior also indicates a sense of confidence. By taking the lead in starting conversations, she's showing that she's comfortable expressing her interest in you. This confidence can be incredibly attractive, as it reveals her openness and willingness to engage on an emotional level. It's also worth noting that her effort to initiate conversations isn't just about her feelings, it's about encouraging you to reciprocate. By reaching out, she's setting the tone for your interactions and signaling that she's open to deeper communication. This creates a safe space for you to share your own thoughts and feelings, strengthening the foundation of your relationship. Over time, her consistency in initiating conversations can lead to a natural rhythm between you. This back-and-forth exchange becomes a source of comfort and connection, reinforcing the idea that you're an important part of each other's lives. It's no longer about who texts first or who calls, it's about the mutual desire to stay connected. Her actions also reflect her understanding of the importance of communication in building a strong bond. Good communication is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship, and her willingness to take the lead shows that she's committed to fostering that connection. She's not waiting for things to happen, she's actively shaping the dynamic between you. From a Stoic viewpoint, her effort can be seen as a form of courage and virtue. The Stoics believed in taking responsibility for one's actions and relationships, and her initiative is a clear example of this principle. She's not passively waiting for you to make the first move, she's stepping up and taking action to nurture what she values. It's also important to recognize the emotional depth behind her actions. Starting conversations isn't just about keeping in touch, it's about creating moments of intimacy and connection. Each interaction is an opportunity to share something meaningful, to laugh together, or to support each other through challenges. In many ways, her initiation of conversations is a reflection of her overall attitude toward the relationship. It shows that she's proactive, engaged, and willing to invest time and energy into building something meaningful. This level of effort is a strong indicator of her interest and a sign that she sees potential in your connection. Ultimately, her willingness to initiate conversations is one of the clearest signs that she likes you more than you may realize. It's her way of saying, "You're important to me, and I want to keep you close." By appreciating and reciprocating her efforts, you can create a dynamic that's rooted in mutual respect, care, and emotional intimacy. The Stoics emphasized the importance of presence and mindfulness in relationships. By valuing her efforts and engaging with her fully, you're not only honoring her actions, but also cultivating a bond that's grounded in genuine connection and shared understanding. Chapter 5. She compliments you. Compliments are much more than casual remarks. They're profound expressions of admiration and appreciation. When a woman consistently compliments you, she's doing more than acknowledging your achievements or traits, she's revealing how deeply she values and notices you. Every thoughtful word she shares serves as a window into her feelings, showing you that you occupy a unique and meaningful space in her mind. What makes her compliments truly special is their specificity. They aren't generic statements like, "You look nice today." Instead, they're tailored to you, focusing on qualities, actions, or details that she finds particularly captivating. For instance, she might say, "I really admire how you handled that situation at work," or "You always know how to make everyone feel comfortable." These are not surface-level observations, they reflect her genuine understanding of who you are and what makes you unique. When she notices and highlights something as simple as the way you explain complex ideas or your knack for finding humor in tough situations, it's her way of saying, "I see you, and I value you for exactly who you are." These compliments stem from a place of attentiveness and emotional connection. They're designed not only to make you feel good, but also to convey her appreciation for your presence in her life. Consider how her compliments extend beyond the obvious. She might praise traits you don't often think about yourself, like your resilience, the way you carry yourself, or even your taste in music. These remarks reveal that she's paying attention to the subtleties of your personality, finding beauty and inspiration in the details that others might overlook. This level of thoughtfulness indicates a deeper connection and an effort to truly understand and celebrate you. Her compliments also have a way of uplifting and empowering you. When someone acknowledges your strengths, it reinforces your self-confidence and reminds you of your worth. But when these words come from someone you care about, their impact is even more profound. They act as a form of emotional support, encouraging you to be your best self and to recognize the qualities that make you exceptional. From a Stoic perspective, these compliments can be seen as acts of virtue and truth. The Stoics believed in appreciating and acknowledging the good in others. Seneca wrote, "Appreciate those who make us happy, for they are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom." Her compliments, whether about your character, actions, or appearance, reflect her role as someone who sees the beauty in your soul and nurtures it with her words. It's also important to note how her compliments can subtly indicate her romantic or emotional interest. While some people offer kind words out of politeness, a consistent and meaningful compliment suggests that you've captured her attention in a way that goes beyond friendship or casual admiration. Her words are a way of building a bridge toward deeper emotional intimacy. Moreover, her compliments often serve to create moments of connection. When she acknowledges something about you, it invites a shared sense of recognition and warmth. It's her way of saying, "I notice you, and I care." These moments of validation build trust and open the door for further vulnerability and closeness in your relationship. Her praise can also reveal her excitement about being associated with you. Complimenting your achievements or unique traits is her way of aligning herself with you and showing that she's proud of who you are. If she highlights your creativity, intelligence, or even your sense of humor, she's making it clear that these qualities are what make you stand out in her eyes. Additionally, the nature of her compliments often evolves as your connection deepens. Early on, she might focus on more obvious traits, such as your appearance or a specific skill you've demonstrated. But as she gets to know you better, her praise will likely become more nuanced and personal, touching on deeper aspects of your personality or actions that resonate with her values. Her compliments also have the potential to subtly guide and shape the dynamic of your relationship. By highlighting the traits she admires most, she's not only showing appreciation, but also encouraging you to lean into those qualities. If she praises your thoughtfulness, for example, she's reinforcing the importance of that behavior in your connection. At times, her compliments may even reveal her aspirations for the relationship. When she praises your stability, your kindness, or your ability to navigate challenges, it could be her way of signaling that she sees you as a potential partner who embodies the qualities she values in a long-term connection. These words, while seemingly simple, carry layers of meaning that reflect her hopes and feelings. Finally, consider how her compliments make her feel as well. Offering praise is an intimate act that requires vulnerability. By opening up and expressing her admiration, she's also reinforcing her own feelings for you. Each compliment strengthens her emotional connection, deepening the bond between you both. In essence, when she compliments you, she's doing much more than boosting your ego or making conversation. She's offering a piece of herself, sharing her perspective on what makes you special, and nurturing the connection you share. These words are her way of saying, "I see you, I admire you, and I value the person you are." The Stoics believed in the transformative power of words, particularly those rooted in truth and kindness. Her compliments embody these principles, serving as expressions of genuine care and appreciation. By noticing and acknowledging the best in you, she's not only celebrating who you are, but also fostering a relationship built on mutual respect, admiration, and emotion. Chapter 6. She remembers the little things. One of the clearest signs that a woman likes you more than you realize is her ability to recall even the smallest details about your life. Whether it's your favorite coffee order, the name of a childhood pet, or a passing mention of a book you enjoyed, her attentiveness reveals just how deeply she's invested in your connection. This seemingly simple behavior is a profound demonstration of emotional engagement and genuine care. When someone remembers these little things, it's not accidental, it's intentional. It shows that she's not just hearing your words, but truly listening and storing them away because they matter to her. This level of attention reflects how much weight she places on her interactions with you. She's not engaging with you on a superficial level. Instead, she's investing her emotional energy and making an effort to understand who you are on a deeper level. For example, imagine you mentioned in passing that you prefer green tea over coffee. Weeks later, she surprises you with a cup of green tea, or she brings it up in conversation to suggest a tea shop she thinks you'd like. These moments aren't about the tea itself, they're about her desire to show that she values what makes you unique. She's paying attention to the nuances that set you apart from everyone else. This kind of attentiveness often goes unnoticed until you start reflecting on it. You might think, how did she remember that small detail? The truth is, she remembered because it mattered to her, and it mattered because you mattered to her. These little moments of recognition are her way of showing she values your connection more than you might have guessed. The Stoics, too, emphasized the importance of mindfulness and being present in every interaction. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Pay attention to what's in front of you, the principle, the task, or the truth." When she remembers the little things about you, she's practicing this kind of attentiveness. She's fully engaged in the present moment when she's with you, taking in not just your words, but the meaning behind them. Her attentiveness also speaks volumes about the type of relationship she's building. A woman who remembers the small details isn't just passing the time with you, she's actively working to forge a meaningful bond. She's signaling that your experiences, preferences, and thoughts are important to her. This behavior suggests a desire for a deeper connection, one built on mutual understanding and emotional intimacy. Moreover, her ability to recall these details can also serve as a foundation for creating shared experiences. By bringing up something you've mentioned before, she's subtly creating opportunities for further connection. For instance, if you told her you love hiking, she might suggest a trail she thinks you'd enjoy or even propose going together. These moments aren't random, they're intentional ways of deepening your bond. Another aspect of this attentiveness is how it makes you feel. When someone remembers the little things about you, it creates a sense of being seen and understood. It fosters an emotional connection that goes beyond the surface, making you feel valued in a way that's both subtle and profound. In a world where distractions are constant and attention spans are short, her ability to focus on you stands out even more. It's not just a reflection of her interest, but also a testament to her emotional maturity and capacity for meaningful relationships. She's showing that she values presence over pretense, which is a rare and admirable quality. The Stoics taught that small actions often carry great significance. Seneca wrote, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." In the context of relationships, remembering the little things might seem minor, but it's an act of emotional courage. It requires vulnerability, effort, and the willingness to care deeply about another person. When she recalls these small details, she's also setting the stage for a stronger, more resilient connection. These seemingly insignificant memories serve as building blocks for a relationship rooted in attentiveness and mutual respect. They create a shared narrative, a collection of moments that bring you closer together. Her attentiveness can also be a way of subtly communicating her feelings. Instead of outright declarations, she lets her actions speak for her. By remembering what you love, what you've experienced, and what makes you unique, she's saying, "I care about you," without needing to use words. Finally, consider the emotional impact this has on her as well. By focusing on the details of your life, she's reinforcing her own feelings for you. The more she invests her energy in remembering and acting on these little things, the stronger her attachment becomes. This creates a positive feedback loop. Her attentiveness deepens her feelings for you, which in turn deepens the connection between you both. In essence, when a woman remembers the little things, it's a powerful sign of her interest and emotional investment. It's her way of saying that she sees you, values you, and wants to understand you on a deeper level. Her attentiveness isn't just about the details, it's about what those details represent, her desire to connect with you in a meaningful and lasting way. The Stoics believed that true connection lies in being fully present and engaged in the moment. By remembering the little things about you, she's embodying this principle, demonstrating her mindfulness and showing you just how much you mean to her. Chapter 7, she introduces you to her friends. Introducing you to her social circle is one of the clearest signs that a woman values her connection with you and envisions a deeper relationship. This step is far more significant than it might appear on the surface. It's not just about meeting her friends, it's about the meaning behind it, the implicit validation, trust, and long-term thinking involved. When a woman brings you into her social world, she's signaling that you hold an important place in her life. Her friends represent a part of her identity, and allowing you to meet them is her way of integrating you into that identity. It's also a way of showing pride in her connection with you. By introducing you, she's saying, "This is someone special to me, someone I want you to know." This action also serves a practical purpose. A woman who's serious about you will want to gauge how well you mesh with the people she cares about most. She's likely observing your interactions with her friends, how you engage with them, whether you're comfortable in their presence, and how they respond to you. This dynamic can provide her with insight into how you might fit into her life more broadly. Moreover, this step isn't just about her, it's also about you. When she introduces you to her social circle, she's signaling her willingness to be vulnerable. It takes courage to expose a relationship to the scrutiny of friends, as their opinions often hold significant weight. By doing so, she's showing that she trusts both you and her friends to support her judgment and her feelings. This act can also be a litmus test of sorts. Women who are serious about their relationships often seek the approval of their close friends. If her friends like you, it solidifies her feelings. If they have reservations, she might use their feedback to reassess her own perspective. Either way, the introduction is a moment of significance that underscores how much she values your connection. The Stoics emphasized the importance of community and harmonious relationships. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By including you in her social circle, she's demonstrating a quality thought process. She's not only thinking about her relationship with you, but also about how that relationship fits into the broader context of her life. Additionally, introducing you to her friends is her way of validating you in her world. It's a subtle but meaningful way of saying, "You belong here." This kind of validation is particularly powerful because it blends her personal feelings with her social life, creating a stronger, more integrated connection. It's also worth noting that this step often comes with a sense of future-oriented thinking. A casual fling or fleeting connection wouldn't usually warrant an introduction to her inner circle. By including you, she's acknowledging that you're someone she sees as part of her life in the long term. From your perspective, meeting her friends can be a valuable opportunity to learn more about her. Pay attention to the dynamics of her friendships, how she interacts with them, the kind of people she surrounds herself with, and the stories they share. These interactions can provide deeper insight into her personality, values, and the role you might play in her life moving forward. The Stoics believe that the company you keep has a profound impact on your character and well-being. Seneca advised, associate with those who will make a better man of you. If her friends are kind, supportive, and grounded, it's a reflection of her own character and an indication of the type of relationship she envisions. In some cases, the introduction to her friends might also be a way for her to gather information about you. She might ask her friends for their impressions or share their observations. This isn't a test in the traditional sense. It's more about ensuring that the people she loves and respects see what she sees in you. Ultimately, when a woman introduces you to her friends, she's taking a significant step in deepening the relationship. It's a sign of trust, pride, and genuine investment in the connection. She's not just letting you into her life, she's letting you into her world. The Stoics valued intentionality and authenticity in relationships. By bringing you into her social circle, she's embodying these principles. She's showing that she doesn't just see you as a fleeting interest, but as someone who could become a meaningful part of her life. It's her way of saying, "You matter to me, and I want you to know it." If you've been wondering whether a woman likes you more than she's letting on, these signs provide the answers you need. Pay attention to her actions, gestures, and the subtle ways she shows her interest. Stoicism teaches us to approach life with clarity and wisdom, and by observing these cues, you'll gain a deeper understanding of her feelings. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your own stories in the comments below. And remember, when someone values you, their actions will always reveal the truth.